Hello, Flosstube. Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, coming at you with my Flosstube update number 327. Today is Saturday, March 30th, almost the end of March, 2024. Happy Easter for those of you who celebrate Easter, which is tomorrow, Sunday. And then it'll be April. And so this today's update, this is a channel about cross stitch for those of you who might be here accidentally. But so in this video, I'm going to be talking about whatever I've been working on this past week for March, and then of course the upcoming plans for April, for WIPGO in April. We'll see what's going on from there. Okay, so and I'm doing this a little bit early because we're doing our Three Sisters creative update, video update later on today. And it's going to be a little unusual, but anyway, so that's why I'm doing this early. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So excuse me, I'm reaching down here to get everything in order here. So last time I talked about how I had been working on for the beginning of this month, one of the project I had been working on was the August rabbit. And I had done some work on it, and then I discovered that I had made a mistake, and it necessitated me pulling a whole bunch of stuff out. So let me move this needle minder out of the way here. So I had done a bunch of stitching, and then I realized it was all wrong. So I pulled it all out, and I went all the way back and fixed it. So I'm sort of back where I was before. So where I had discovered the problem was right here when I was doing this, that the rabbits, you know, that were supposed to be surrounding this like they are here, were in the wrong place. And so I figured out that the mistake was way back here. So I had to pull all this stuff out and go back here and fix it. And so I fixed that and came all the way back here. And I actually had to pull this carrot out and redo it because it was in the wrong place. Sorry, it's covering up my face. It was wrong because this was wrong. And so once I corrected this, I had to redo this little carrot. So I was hoping to get further along and, you know, do, because all I'm missing is, I guess a rabbit here. 1, 2, 3. Is it 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 3, I guess. This one, and 1 here, and 1 here. So I was hoping that I could, you know, at least get all the bunnies in, and then do all the little details, because there's like, you know, there's some, sorry, get this out of the way. There's some, these are missing a color here, and, you know, so there's some little bits and pieces, and then all the greenery, all the little carrot fronds, they go in here, and then there's a couple of other colors, you know. So I was hoping to get a little bit further along, but of course, since I had to go back and redo those rabbits, I wasn't able to do that. But anyway, so that's August rabbit. So it still has a ways to go, but you know, such are the deals. And then the other thing I had were my 2 WIPGO pieces, the goals for which I met earlier, and so I just was stitching some more on each of them just to get them further along. So Nuit de Noel, this was my number, I don't know what, let me see if I can see it. Number 1. It was number 1 and number 10 last month. So this was my number 1 This is by Collection Tralala. And so I had started with the big Santa in the middle and gotten somewhat further along. So I did a little bit more of Santa's little robe thing, and I added this bird. I didn't finish it because one of the colors that this calls for, when I went to the attic at one point, they didn't have it, and so they were just out of it, and I don't think it's one that I have in my stash, so but it's one color that I'm missing. So at some point I'll get it and finish it. But so that's the color that's missing here too. I did this bunny. I did a little bit of the snow here, just sort of to give me a place to add things in. And the reason I did this bunny, I'll tell you in a second. But I finished Santa's face, so he has a face now, and his beard, and these little a few little white snowflake things. So this is the little bolly on the end of his hat, and I did his face and his eye, and this little square right here. I think it's not a fancy floss color. It's a DMC thing, but that's the only place that color is used in this pattern. But anyway, so I still haven't done the diagonal other color of green, this color of green here. I still haven't done those. But I did do, like I said, a little bit of the white here so that I could put this bunny in. And then I just went ahead and did this tree trunk because I had a piece of this color. But the reason I did this, I wanted to do this rabbit, is because the only issue I have with this pattern, and part of it is that it's in French, and so I have to like put my thinking cap on when I work on it. But the other thing is that this is the color key for that, and all of it's all like Gentle Arts and then some DMC colors, and the Gentle Arts thing, it's in French, but right here it lists the colors, right? So that's not hard to figure out, and the DMC and all that. But the problem I have is that, and I didn't notice this until I was, working on the pattern. It's a computer generated pattern. It's in black and white. It's not a problem, except that this symbol for onyx is a square. This symbol for barn gray, I think, is it? Yeah. Is also a square, and this symbol for one of the Santa's cheek is also a square. They're just different sizes. And so in looking at the pattern, the one for the cheek is obvious. It's very tiny, and the way it's well, the pattern, there's the square of the grid of the pattern, and so this tiny square is right in the middle of it, and so you have all this white around there, so you can tell that's a tiny square. But the onyx seems to take up the whole square, right? Almost, you can just say there's a little tiny edge around it to show that where the grid is, the grid square. But this one I couldn't find. This one, the medium one. I was like, there's these deer down here, when there's antlers are dark, and I'm like, well, is that the onyx, or is that the, and so I realized, okay, the barn gray is this rabbit over here, and he has like a little, scarf or something around his neck. That's that rhubarb color that just the one color that I didn't find when I was kitting this up, but this bunny, then I realized is the medium square. So as I wanted to go ahead and do that, just so that I would not forget where that was or whatever. So yeah, so that's the only bone to pick I have with this, is that some different symbols would have been nice to differentiate those colors. But anyway, I went a little further than the 7 days that my goal. I think I did, 9 days maybe on that. So anyway, that's Nuit de Noel. And then my other WIPGO for March, this is my number 10 one, was Give Greatly. This is by Silver Creek Samplers. And so there's a bunny giving a carrot to the snowman for his nose. He has carrots there on his sled. And it says, your greatness is not in what you have, but what you give. So it's a very cute, cute pattern. So I also hit the goal on this one and then did a couple of extra days so that I could do a lot of the scarf. I did some of the, this is the border of the pattern, and I think that this, yeah, this right here on the edge of the sled is, again, you know, the edge of the pattern basically. So I went ahead and just did the white around across here to delineate where the edges of the pattern are, and then it goes a little further up here because of his hat and all that stuff. So I am missing in here one color, like on the bunny sweater and on the scarf. There's a color missing, but I did put a little bit more of the white in so that the snowman's head is not quite so disembodied. But I worked some on the scarf, so I finished all the sort of red color, and I did the darker color here on the cuff of his hat. But the color that I was missing is this sort of grayish color here for the hat, and the other color on the scarf, and the other color on the bunny sweater. And so I finally did find it. I haven't, you know, put it in and worked on it some more, but I did find the one missing. It's a DMC color. These are all, I think all of the colors for this are DMC. But anyway, so I did finish the sled and everything. It's just there's a little snow around it, and and so excuse me, excuse me. There's a darker like kind of gray or brown color for his arm that goes in here, and that's the same color that I think. Yeah, it's kind of a light brown, or no, this color is darker, yeah. And then there's, I think it's the same color that is used for the words here. But so, yeah, there's Give Greatly. So, and you know, part of me wants to keep working on it, but I you know, I've hit the goal, and, you know, and the month is ending, so we'll see if I can get back to that. So, March is ending, and April is beginning, and so we have new WIPGO numbers. The new numbers were announced the other day, the 25th, and so they are number 18 and number 21. So my number 18, this month is going to be a Cottage Garden Samplings Year in the Woods Fest, because I have, of all my patterns, 3 of them are the Cottage Garden Samplings ones. So for number 18, I have the Swans, and this is the number 2 of this Year in the Woods. So the Swans, and the way I'm doing these again is I came up with just a simple little border kind of thing, and I'm doing 3 of them on each piece of fabric that I have. So I have all the fabric is about this color. It's a sort of a greenish color that I dyed myself, and it's a 28 count fabric. So this is a little border that I created just to you know, to separate each one. And so on this piece, I'm going to cover my face for a second. I have the fox, and this middle one is the swans, and this third one is going to be the jackrabbit eventually. I don't know why. So I just did a little bit of a start on the jackrabbit, just the little flowers that are around him. But so this is the Swans. And so I started, you know, in the corner, and I did some, last time I worked on it, I don't even know when it was, you know, worked on these trees and this little cabin. And so the swans themselves are, I think, are down here. But, and so this border doesn't go all the way to the bottom yet because, you know, the bottom is down here. The fox is the one that I did the most work on for the border, just so I could, you know, tell how it was going to work out. And so for this coming month, one of my WIPGOs is the swans here. And so I'm hoping to get the swans themselves in there somehow. It's I'm probably going to end up having to buy more of this. This is the chalk, yeah. All of these Year in the Woods patterns call for a couple of colors of fancy floss, and then the rest are DMC. So yeah, I've just done, you know, some of the trees and the little roof of the house. But so that's one of my April numbers, is the Swans. And sorry, let me get this out of the way. And then so that's number 18. And number 21 is the Ferret, which is also a Year in the Woods. This is number 5. So the Ferret. And on this one, I think I just got one, you know, the beginning of one of these flowers. I think it's, yeah, I think it's this flower here. I just got the beginning of it. I don't, you know, I didn't get to the Ferret himself. And this one, this is number 5. So 4, 5, and 6 are on this piece of fabric. And I think, yeah, just got it upside down here. So again, I started, you know, I did a little bit of the border. And this one, this is the bear, which is one of my other calls not too long ago. So I didn't, you know, complete the border on this one, just enough to get this pattern started. But it was enough to, you know, I was able to get to the bear himself. And these two, this is, I forget which number this is, but the Ferret goes right here. And like I said, I just got a little bit of this flower started. So I'm hoping to get a lot more work on the Ferret. Like I said, I think I just have the one petal. So I'm hoping I can maybe finish this flower so I can get to the Ferret himself. And I like that little cabin there, the little red cabin. But so this one calls for a couple of weeks colors and then a bunch of DMCs. So that's the Ferret. That's my number 21 WIPGO. And then so then for my secondary whips, for number 18, the secondary whip is the Woodpecker, part of that same series. And let me get these out if you, I want to take these out of the plastic, excuse me, so that there's less glare. So this is number, I think 9. So this is, there were 3 over the summer. I had started all of them except this set of 3 that were summer, 7, 8, and 9, I think, numbers of this series, which would have been July, August, and September. So over the part of the summer I was doing cross-stitch camp, and so I just had, I think I had started last year in my new starts, I had done for each month, I had done a little bit of the Year in the Woods patterns for that month or whatever, and that's why there's a little bit of a start on several of them. But I did not do these three that were in the middle of the year. And I think because I was just doing other stuff in the summer. So anyway, this is the Woodpecker. This is number 9. So I've not started this at all. It has very, very different colors. But I'm hoping to get to that. So, and as part of this, I'm just going to show the other ones for that, for the summer patterns that are the 3 that I didn't get to. They're sort of summer, partly summer, partly fall, I guess. So, yeah, 7, 8, 9. I saw somebody had finished number 7, the Bald Eagle. Somebody had done that and finished it. I think this person was doing all of them as using like an old Afghan material, and so putting one in each square of the Afghan, which is really really nice, really clever. But so this is number 7, the Bald Eagle. So that was the one that she had just posted a picture of, that she had finished it. So it's very really cool colors. But this one is it's on my WIPGO list as a secondary whip because it's a new start. I don't even know when this one's coming up. Oh yeah, this is number 16. So there's the Bald Eagle, and then number 17 is the Barn Owl. And so, but the one I'm working on is a new start, my secondary whip for number 18. And this is the Woodpecker. So I'm going to be working on the Woodpecker. And so I did, because of that, I did start just working on the border. So, but the Woodpecker is going to go way over here. So I want to do the border all the way across. And I'm hoping, maybe I'm working on it today and maybe tomorrow or something to get all the way over here so I can do the Woodpecker. And what I did on this one, which that I did differently from the others, is I used my corner gauge to go in 3 inches and down 3 inches, and which means I'll probably have a little bit less margin over here. But I realized it really doesn't matter because I had enough fabric to do all 3 of them, and I have enough fabric down going this direction to do them all. So that having a little bit of more margin up here on the top makes it a little easier to work with. But so I just got a little bit of a start on the border here that I'm gonna have to put in before I can do any of the rest of the pattern. So that is that one. I'll get this up a little bit here. And then the other secondary whip I had for my number 21 slot was one of the rabbits, and so I chose April to do since it was fitting for April. And so this one I did 2 of the 4 bunnies, and I did one of the sort of orangey colors around here. And so this one it's like I had to look at what I had done because I was trying to figure out where I had started or whatever and make sure I had it right side up, if you will, for the stitching. And I started with this upside down bunny here because I started in this upper left-hand corner. So so I have 2 more bunnies to do, and I think, yeah, I didn't fill in their ears yet. Their eyes and this little space under the neck are not stitched. But then there's another color here for the inside of the ear. But then so I did a lot of this one color. There's some more that'll go over here. But yeah, so this is April. And this is 32 count Murano Carré. Again, Hobby Lobby used to carry a whole bunch of these colors, and fortunately, I snatched several of them, bought several of them before they stopped carrying them. I think they only carry maybe one color now. But anyway, so yeah, so I have to do the other two bunnies and the greenery and another color in here. But this one only calls for five different colors. So, like I said, I have one more. Yeah, this area here between the bunnies. I just have this one area and this other color, and then there's like a yellowish color in all of those, and a little bit of the green around there. So this one is really very far along considering. So, but since it's one of my secondary whips, it doesn't have a specific goal on it. So I don't know how far along I'll get. But anyway, that is my April WIPGO goal. And the other thing, last week I think I talked about, that we had gone to the attic and I had bought some more patterns. But also, when I was there, on their little counter display, they had their issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. So I thought, aha, they've received theirs already, so mine should be in the mail, pretty soon. And so at one point, after that, we checked the mail, and sure enough, there was my copy. It did not get lost this time. So there was my copy of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. And I wish, part of me wants to do Punch Needle, and I feel like I understand it a little better now, and part of me is eager to do it, except that I'm always stitching, so I don't have time to. I feel like I don't want to take the time yet to work on some new project because I'm still cross stitching all this stuff. But I really like this little the bunny, but a couple of chicks. But this is one of the patterns in there, and then this one back here. I think it's called Birds in Love. By Rigaudeau. So there's some nice patterns in here. There's a nice spring one here. They're pretty butterflies and flowers and stuff for spring. This is by Jan Hicks Creates. And there's some things in here by what do you call it? Kitten Stitcher. I think there's some things in here. And this one I like too. This is Spring Fling by Happy Cat Stitching. Sorry, try not to show the pattern there. But this little fat bunny hopping over a bunch of tulips. I like that a lot. This one here, Simply Strawberries. There's just a little alphabet, and then strawberries there on the side, and some flowers, blossoms, I guess. And that's finished like as a scissor envelope, if you will. And uses Week Star Works colors. And this one is by Twin Peak Primitives. These little bunnies holding up a flower. It says spring in there. That's really cute. And this one was finished in the round. I don't know how she. I don't. It was as a tea cozy. Yeah. And I think the instructions for it you can are on a website there, kristenesser.com. Free tea cozy pattern and tutorial. Yeah. So that's nice. And then this is nice. A friend to me, forever you will be. This little. It's finished as a pillow. Very nice. And I was trying to find. Oh, this one. This one I really like. Carrots Away, by Sugar Maple Designs. Sorry. There's a little rabbit delivering carrots from an airplane. Very cute. I was trying to find that Rigaudeau pattern. This one is supposed to be robin's eggs in a nest. But when I first glanced at it, I thought, is that a spider? Yeah, there's the robin's eggs and there's the nest. But yeah, it looks a little spidery. It's cute. It's nice, but it's a little, like I said, a little spidery. I don't know. It looks a little like a spider. So this is the Crochet Go-Go. Birds in Love, it's called. Trying to pull back this thing. Here it is. Very pretty. Yeah. Birds in Love. And this is cute too. This is a punch needle. Little bunny. Sweet Eggscape. Eggscapes, I think it's called. And that one that I really liked, I can't find now. Oh, this one, The Lady and the Catacorn. Catacorn? Yeah. By, this is Barbara Anna. Very, very colorful, very pretty. Whimsical. And there's a thing in here called, I don't know what the, this is like a from the desk of Great Aunt Minnie, and it talks about, I don't know, needlework and stuff. It's I haven't read through it all yet, so I don't know exactly what all it says. And then this one, this is cute too. Tulip and Sheep. Little pattern and some bees. Very nice. And that's by Teresa's Primitive Treasures. There's a punch needle for a Highland cow. It's very cute. And this is the one from Kitten Stitcher. It says, the flowers that bloom in the spring breathe promise of merry sunshine. And I think that's also like an excerpt from a larger sampler, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm making that up. But this is, you know, by Kitten Stitcher. Very simple design there. I'm still trying to find that one. This is a nice punch needle thing. Some bunnies and a bird and a dragonfly. Very nice. Sorry, I'm banging my magazine here. This one is a Redwork Sampler and Accessories by Old Willow Stitchery, and I think this is a, yeah, an antique sampler, Florence Arderton. And so there's the sampler itself here, and it has a little thing there, and Florence what is her name? Florence Arderton. And then there's some little accessories. There's the scissor fob thing and this little pin pillow. And this is, it says, "Be Christ my pattern and my guide. His image may I bear, oh may I tread his sacred steps and his bright glories share." The word guide is, you know, is broken up here, G-U-I-D-E, because she, I guess, you know, ran out of room there. But so, yeah, that's cute. And Florence Arderton was 11 years old when she did that. This is the thing I was looking for. This is Spring Celebration, this punch needle. Prim in the Country is the designer. So that's really cute. Little bunny and the chicks and that broken egg-shaped wagon thing. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine for the spring. I'm very excited to get that the other day. I don't know if and when I'll get around to doing any of those patterns, but some of them are really cute. So I think that's about it. We're still trying to figure out. My sister Naomi is a little under the weather this weekend, and so we're still trying to figure out, you know, the logistics of exactly what we're going to do for that video. So we're, you know, but we're not going to be working on that till later today. So I wanted to squeeze this in this morning before we got around to that. But I think that is, you know, like I said, that's all my April plans, and I'm hoping to do a little bit more today and tomorrow on the stuff I had left from March, and preparing for April, that border for the Year in the Woods pattern that I'm going to be working on. But I'm hoping to get some of that stitching of the border done in the next couple of days, so that when April comes around, I don't have to take the time to work on the border before I can work on the pattern itself. Well, we'll see. But I think that's everything. And I'm hoping that since I have, I think on all of those patterns, I mean the number 18, the Swans and the Ferret, I have a goal of 7 days for each of those. So I have plenty of time to work on the other whips, other patterns that are on there, the secondary whips and things like that. So we'll see how that works. So I think that is everything for this week. Yeah. So I will see you next Saturday. And until then, happy Easter tomorrow. And that's it. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.